Maurice Nicol, Psychological Commentaries, Volume 4, Amwell, April 28, 1951, Essence and Personality. In order to make the work internal so that it begins to work in you, it is necessary to think about one or another of the great ideas of the work. As you notice, we are always speaking of this on one occasion or another. Understanding is the most powerful force that we can make in ourselves. But if you simply hear the work ideas and do not try to understand them, no interconnections can be made between yourself as you are and the higher centers. People say, "What do I have to do in order to work on myself?" Now, one of the fundamental ideas of this work is that a reversal has to take place in us, and this idea is formulated in such words that we are self-developing organisms and that we are down here on this planet in order to produce this final development in ourselves, because it is quite obvious that if a self-developing organism were created perfect, it would not be a self-developing organism. Sometimes I wonder if some of you have understood this yet. We are all down here to develop something in us which life does not develop. You are tangled up with the world and its affairs, and perhaps with success, but this does not belong to the teaching of the work about self-development. Life develops the personality, not essence. The part of man that can grow in the work sense is the essence. Life develops the personality, and the richer the personality, the more you can do in life, the better. Only it does not make something in you grow, with which esotericism is concerned. We are born with essence, and then we acquire personality. Personality then becomes active, and essence ceases to grow. Although many of you have heard this many times before, I wonder whether you have reflected on it and its meaning. Here you have a man who has attained a high rank in life, yet is dead in himself. Why is he dead in himself? Everything is external, nothing internal. All his development has been external, and there has been no internal development, which is the thing about which the work speaks. And I assure you that all esoteric teaching always talks about this inner development. In terms of the work, essence has not developed. You may have the richest personality, but no development of essence. In other words, you may be the most important man in life and yet dead from the work point of view. Why? Because essence is what is really you, and you were born with. And if that is not developed, whatever you may be in life does not compensate for the lack of growth of your essence in you. You have remained with personality active and essence passive, or even so remotely that in the work sense, it is said that you are dead. Dead in what way? Dead inside yourself. Nothing has really changed inside you by your life. Now, the secret of this work is that essence can only grow through becoming more and more conscious of personality and growing and gradually seeing what personality is in you. Therefore, the work teaches that we must observe personality, become more conscious of it, because if you're not conscious of anything in yourself, you cannot separate from it. One special thing that we have to start with in self-observation is to try to observe false personality, which is never you. Now, when you observe yourself, which is one of the fundamental beginnings of the work, simply because unless you observe yourself and become conscious of what you are like, you cannot change anything. You have to observe what is not you, your personality, or shall we say your false personality. Here you are giving yourself airs. Is that really you? You dress in different parts of life, but are you sure this is you? So it is necessary to get behind these dressed up eyes, because essence can only grow from truth. I'm not saying that everything in personality, the acquired side of you, is false, but a great deal is. If you're a real craftsman, it will nourish essence. Now, here is a curious thing. Essence can only grow through truth. If you want to undergo what the work teaches, you have to develop essence, not simply add to personality. Suppose we could see the truth about ourselves, which, thank God, we're not allowed to see. That would make essence grow all at once. You would cease to be a figure imagine or a figure image of yourself in life, you would see it rather spurious or even entirely so. Now, this stalking about in life from a false idea of yourself prevents essence from growing. This is why we feel lonely. Why? Because we are inventing ourselves at every moment. We do not really feel ourselves. Let me repeat once more. All this work from this point of view is to make essence grow through becoming more and more conscious of personality and seeing it as not me, not I. Can this be done in life? Yes, the work says it can be done in life if you absorb and begin to understand what the work teaches. So many people are unhappy because of a false idea of themselves derived especially from false personality. They keep on bolstering up something that is not really them. So they invent themselves, and they do not correspond internally with what they invent about themselves. Now let us return to the idea that we must meditate on and try to understand instead of simply knowing that man is a self-developing organism and that for that reason he must make false personality passive so that essence can grow. Then you have a reversal that can take place inside, not suddenly, but gradually, in which you disbelieve your idea of yourself through observation of yourself, and then something starts in you to grow, which cannot grow through external life, but only through interior meaning. If you are really good at anything apart from false personality, it will nourish essence. But if it is mixed up with false personality, it will not, because it will be full of lies. Lies kill essence.